Hey guys, TGKS Productions. For this Red and Live video, I have a guide or walkthrough for all variations of the Sovrano opportunity. This is going to be on Ruthless difficulty, and I believe this is the last opportunity we're receiving in Reddit Online. We're supposed to get 3. This is the third one. So we'll go ahead and start this up here. We're at Anthony Foreman. Again, this is going to be on Ruthless difficulty, and standard difficulty is 15 capital, hard is 20 capital, and then ruthless is 25 capital. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. And for this mission, there's a meeting in Rhodes regarding Il Sovrano. Infiltrate the meeting and find and deliver the chest containing the jewel. So let's go ahead and start this mission.
Martelli must be pleased with you. Enjoy it while it lasts. Here, he sent you this. Godspeed.
The diamond. Il Sovrano. Pale yellow, so big you could not close it in your fist. If you believe the stories, it was stolen from a temple in India, and tragic fates have since befallen its owners. For Senator Ricard, we give the Kurds a little assistance. Yes? A consortium of your southern nobility have paid handsomely for the privilege of hosting the stone in Rhodes before it travels west. Tonight, the senator's representative comes to collect it. You will ensure that it never enters his possession.
So all in all, there's 3 variations that can play out with this particular opportunity. First off, I'm going to show you some clues that you can acquire during this opportunity. Personally, I really don't think either of them help, but I'll go ahead and show you them anyway, just so you can see what they are, how you can utilize them, and so forth. First up, at the right of us here at the gunsmith, we have some dialogue that takes place that will trigger a clue, so let's go ahead and check that out.
Ain't got no backbone. They say they want all that, and then they ain't got the money to take it. Blow the damn shop to the ring.
So in the gunsmith here, we have some dynamite that we can steal. Now on some of the lower difficulties, I noticed there were 2 NPCs in here. The ruthless difficulty, when I played it, there ended up only being 1, and he was facing away to where I could just go in, grab the dynamite, and then walk right out. Personally, I don't really think the dynamite is that helpful. There's one variation where the dynamite may be somewhat beneficial, but nonetheless, really wouldn't, I wouldn't really worry about this clue as much, but, if you wanted to grab it, this is how you can do it. Now right here, we're going to go over the only other clue that I was able to find with this drunk stranger that will trigger this.
Friend, you ain't got a light, have you? Though, careful, I spilled some hooch around here.
When you walk inside this barn here, you have the option to ignite, light a match, set this hay on fire. What this will end up doing is causing the guards on the side of the bar closest to us right now to leave their position. They'll walk down the stairs. Personally, I don't recommend that entrance as sort of a plan of attack, so to say, but nonetheless, that's what this clue does.
Fire! Fire at the stables! Carnation!
You'll notice right there that the 2 guards at the top level of the bar there, they walk down the stairs, go check on the fire. I do believe they go back up there after some time, but I will say going that route is definitely a very aggressive approach in the long run if you do go that way. What I recommend for this mission is not even really worrying about the clues, but walking through the front entrance of the door here, listening to this conversation that takes place between these two dealers and a lawman, because actually as this conversation takes place, you're going to eventually want to make your move. There's three different variations as far as how this conversation can go and what move you're going to want to take. And really during this conversation and waiting for your move, you can enjoy the amenities at the bar, have some drinks, enjoy whatever food they might have at the bar. Obviously, not too many drinks. And really just wait for this conversation to play out.
Where is it?
Look now, son. Don't blow your top. It's close by. Made a note of the location and everything right here in my pocket. Oh, well, yeah. As I was about to say to the Senator's esteemed representative here, Mr.
Just Lieutenant will be fine, sir.
Well, yes, of course. Well, Lieutenant, I've been thinking. This fair, this stakes fair. I mean, dress it up how you may, but the very word gives the game away, does it not? Why, it's nothing but a car. Come on, Chief. Come on. The civilized among us here in roads are circus stock, and therefore in a far better position to exhibit this jewel in the manner to which it has surely become accustomed.
Yes, I'm certain you would, sir, but this is the Centennial Fair, see? I assure you it is not a common carnival. The Il Sovrano diamond is the centerpiece exhibit, and Senator Ricard is expecting it to be there.
Of course, of course. I don't mean to be obstructive. Please excuse me. Nobody getting around. Nature calls.
So that bit of dialogue from Dealer 2 where he says, "Please excuse me, nature calls," is very important because this is where you're going to want to get ready to make your move. This is one of the variations that can play out where Dealer 2 apparently seems to always have the location of where Il Sovrano is located. So he's the person you're going to end up having to loot. And right here, you'll notice that he actually is going to leave the bar and go out to an outhouse to go to the restroom or the bathroom. This is where you're going to want to make your move. I will tell you right now that stealth is pretty difficult and challenging with this mission. You'll notice there's a number of NPCs outside this bar here. There's even a guard following this dealer 2 to the outhouse. And when I end up stealth, taking him down and looting him, even though I was pretty much hidden inside this outhouse, the NPCs still get alerted. Now, I've seen some players in videos manage to perform this completely in stealth. They actually took out some of the NPCs around the bar that are, outside right here. But even they've stated that it's sort of a luck factor, depending on whether you're able to do that, how many NPCs are outside the bar there. With the variation I had with all the NPCs there, it would have been really difficult. Your best chance is a bow and arrow or some throwing knives. And also, I recommend having your horse outside the entrance and ready to go. That was something I messed up here. I'd end up calling my horse in, and he actually ended up getting down from just all the gunfire. Fortunately, I had tonics. I had enough time to revive him. Ran away a bit, called him, and pretty much went to the location. But yes, stealth is very difficult with this, at least a full stealth performance with this particular opportunity. But the main thing is as long as you're able to go through the steps that I stated, you're eliminating any really huge shootout inside the bar and roads, because I can tell you that you can't go upstairs to the meeting. There's guards everywhere. You can walk around the guards. That there's really no issue with that, but you just can't go up to the meeting. Any sort of disturbance will cause a huge shootout. I actually got into a shootout. It's very difficult to survive. So this is really your best chance of completing this mission with as little PvE as possible. Right here, we're coming up to the wagon that holds Il Sovrano. Now, from what I've seen with other videos, there seems to be 5 usually NPCs that are guarding this wagon if you manage to go about the opportunity fully stealth, which again is fairly difficult. It's very challenging. You can try to deadeye all of them, use painted black. Painted black can be very helpful with this mission. I mean, you can just see how many NPCs are chasing me. It is 10 times worse if you get into shootout inside roads. So this is a lot better than what you would be dealing with if, you ended up alerting the NPCs in the bar and then got in a huge shootout in roads. So just, keep an eye on your health, your pop tonics if you need to. Painted black, deadeye is definitely helpful to try to eliminate the NPCs driving the wagon. From here, I did worry about the NPCs on horseback. Personally, I probably could just hurry up and got in the wagon and drove off. I worried about the NPCs here. It can be a little bit more dangerous and do more bad than good. I think if I would have just popped a tonic and just hurry up and ran to the wagon, that probably would have been a little bit better. I think I end up doing that. But yeah, this is probably the most dangerous part of the mission here, you getting on the wagon, just because you have to try to get off your horse, transition, run on the wagon while you're getting shot up by all these NPCs. So again, probably the most dangerous part of this mission, but we managed to do it here. I think we had to pop a tonic or two, and pretty much from here, what you can do is obviously keep an eye on your health. One thing I didn't have is Mickey big game meat. Definitely something that is worth having in this mission. It can help you immensely as far as keeping you alive. And from here with the wagon, obviously you're just driving straight to the location you need to go to. You can end up using the sort of autopilot feature where if you aim, don't control L3 at all. If you control L3, you're gonna end up messing up the driving. But if you let L3 go, at least on consoles, and you just aim at these NPCs, the wagon will go into sort of an autopilot mode, and you can aim at them. Deadeye can be very helpful. Obviously, most importantly, just keep an eye on your health. You don't even really need to worry about these NPCs that much, but that's something you can do to just keep you busy. From here, you just, straight up going to the location. Pretty simple. Obviously, just keep an eye on your health, and from there, you're pretty much done with the mission. And of course, if you wanted to, you can wait around by the destination. Once you get close to the destination, the enemies will no longer chase you. They will no longer spawn. And I believe after around like 10 minutes, the pay starts to tail off to where you're not really going to get paid too much more cash or gold. So I don't know if I'd wait more than 10 to 15 minutes, because that was something stated with the infamous Bounty Hunters DLC with the Bounty Hunter expansion update, where after about like 10 minutes the pay starts to sort of tail off to where you don't really get paid more cash or gold. So I wouldn't really sit here for a ton of time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and that would be it. But that's something that's totally up to you if you wanted to do. Let's go ahead and deliver Il Sovrano.
Il Sovrano. Of all the treasures, I could never have thought I have one like this in my presence, let alone in my hands. You have done well, my friend.
So let's go ahead and discuss variation number 2 that you can possibly get with this mission.
Alright, I think I need a smoke.
Now, right here after the NPC, and again, dialogue is key here, he says, I need to go for a smoke. You're going to notice the dealer 2, once again, the same one, past variation that we saw that had the location for the diamond. He goes out to the balcony, and you also notice a guard that's guarding the stairway. He ends up coming down from the balcony, as you can see here, and we're going to go ahead and walk up the balcony. That's our pass, because when that guard's up at the top of the stairs, he will not let you pass. If you pass him, he will immediately start shooting at you, and really every other guard in the bar is going to shoot at you. You're probably going to die very quickly. Now, right here is sort of where the luck factor takes into play, because a lot of times you have another NPC out on the balcony with you, and sometimes when you perform a stealth takedown on the dealer 2 here, the NPC doesn't even react. I think sometimes they may not even be looking at you. Now, in my case, they reacted. they freaked out and unfortunately alerted all the guards. At this point, what I recommend is popping a tonic and just getting out of the bar as quick as you can and running for the entrance. Now, one thing you always want to do here, and this is something I failed to do again, I think with almost every variation, is ensure you have your horse out at the entrance of the bar, ready to go. That way you can just jump on your horse and immediately start running for the wagon in case you need to do that, because obviously in my case, stealth is very challenging with this mission. It's possible, yes, but it's very difficult. So you want to have your horse ready, you want to have tonics ready, just in case that you can't fully get the whole mission in sort of a stealth sort of way. But nonetheless, what we talked about is definitely one of the best ways you can complete this mission as far as dealing with the less PvE as possible. And really much from here on out is the same as what we saw with the last variation. So let's go ahead and look at the third and final variation you can possibly get with this opportunity. So on to the third and final variation here for this opportunity.
I need a drink.
So I would say this is the hardest variation to complete, and I would say stealth is also impossible with this variation. Essentially, dealer 2 here is going to come down to the bar for a drink, and once he's done with his drink, he's going to go right back up to the meeting. There's no really way to sort of single him out, take him down in a stealth sort of way. It's very difficult. It's really impossible. So, he's going to get his drink here. Once he's done getting his drink, he's going to head back up to the meeting. Really, you're going to want to take him down here. That way, I would say closest to the door. When I ended up taking him out, I ended up taking him out upstairs. I don't know why. I thought maybe because there'd be less guards, I'd somehow get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. I would take him out right by the door. That way you can quickly just run out, get onto your horse, and then leave for the wagon. So you see right here, I took him down at the top of the stairs. Personally, again, I would take him out right where he's at the foot of the stairs, close to the door. That way you can immediately run out, get on your horse, go from there. Because you see, I'm immediately getting shot at. You can't jump off the balcony here. So, just run out. That's why I said when you take him out close to the door, you can just run out the door, get on your horse, and go. Again, you're going to avoid the least amount of PvE as possible, but unfortunately, you're 100% pretty much going to be guaranteed to be engaged in at least some PvE. The Dynamite stick may be somewhat helpful in this case. That's up to you, but yeah, PvE is really impossible to avoid with this variation. Here is the Duplessis top hat that you unlock for completing the Sovrano opportunity on Ruthless difficulty. There's 4 different variations, all of which can be purchased from Madame Nazar. So now, to finish off this video, let's go over the totals you received for completing all 3 difficulties of this opportunity: standard, hard, as well as ruthless, and give a final review for this opportunity as well. After completing the standard difficulty for this opportunity, and because it was the third and final opportunity, we received a crime award for completing all 3 opportunities and earned a one-time bonus of 0.6 gold for that. So here's the totals that I received for El Serrano, going through all 3 difficulties: standard, hard, and ruthless. I compared it to Covington Emerald. At this point, I still have to complete the Ember of the East, so I'll probably compare all 3 in that video. With the Covington Emerald, you'll notice that I earned more gold and more cash with that opportunity. Probably due to my method, I spent way more time in that mission than I did with the El Serrano one. Player XP is around the same. I don't believe the multiplier is the same as the gold and cash one, so that's nice. That's really all I'll say for the totals. All in all, I enjoyed the El Serrano mission as far as listening to the dialogue in the beginning, having to figure out what your move would be. I thought that was pretty cool. After that, it really becomes just like any other mission in Red Dead Online. once you get past that point. I would also compare these opportunities somewhat to the legendary bounties because of difficulty levels, and obviously a ruthless difficulty is almost like a legendary bounty on difficulty 5. As far as earnings are concerned, I would definitely go with the legendary bounties because you can complete them every 48 minutes, whereas with the opportunities, you need to grind for capital, which can take sometimes hours to acquire, and honestly, the earnings may not even be quite as good as some of the legendary bounties. So I would go to legendary bounties as far as if you're trying to earn. But in any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it extremely beneficial. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it, and have a great day.